Good morning, everyone. I'm Maurie McInnis, and I am delighted to join Dean Cooley, Provost Strobel, and so many of my distinguished colleagues from across the university in welcoming you to Yale. You come from around the world and across this country, and it is exciting to think about all the research, scholarship, and teaching that you will undertake, whether you are earning a master's or a PhD. These exercises carry a special resonance for me because some 35 years ago, I sat exactly where you are as a matriculating graduate student. And today, I enjoy these festivities in a new capacity as Yale's 24th president. I am thrilled to be starting on a new path at Yale and in higher education with you. In this season of new beginnings, I naturally find myself reflecting on the moment I first set foot in New Haven. I was both excited and terrified. I had never been here before, I didn't know anybody, and I certainly wondered if I was good enough to make it. As an art and architectural historian, I marveled at New Haven and Yale and quickly immersed myself in getting to know my new home, working in the Yale University Art Gallery and crawling through the attics of the earliest surviving houses in Connecticut with Professor Abbott Lowell Cummings. Some of my fellow graduate students introduced me to New Haven, to the very best pizza I had had in my life, and of course, to the many rich traditions that make this place what it is. My journey here to the finest university in the world was profoundly influenced by my family of educators. In fact, I am a fourth-generation teacher, the first being my great-grandparents, who ran a two-room schoolhouse in frost-proof Florida in the early decades of the 20th century, a photo of which you can see projected beside me. When I was still a graduate student, I saw the enduring impact a teacher can have on hundreds of lives. When I attended my grandfather's funeral, also in a small Florida town, he had been a math teacher, a football coach, and a principal. And although my grandfather had retired decades before, the line stretched around the block and was filled with former students who wanted to pay their respects to a man each of them told me had helped them to believe in themselves and made a lasting difference in their lives. I, like them, also stand here today in large part because of the impact of a teacher, a faculty member at the University of Virginia, where I got my undergraduate degree, the late Christopher Johns. He urged me to pursue the passion I had for art history and that I had cultivated in his classes, rather than the more secure path of medical school I was then contemplating. He was also the one who told me unequivocally that if I could get accepted to Yale's PhD program, I absolutely must attend. I trust that each of you one day will similarly stoke the imagination and support the aspirations of someone along their life's journey, as Professor Johns did for me. Of course, I followed his advice to attend graduate school at Yale because it offered unparalleled collections and unquestioned preeminence. At most universities, for example, I would have taught the history of art with slides on a screen. But here, each week, I taught in front of the finest university art collection in the United States and learned from a constellation of specialists at the school that awarded this country's first PhD. I saw, as you soon will, that ours is an exceptional education. Here you will learn to specialize not only in how to acquire and discover new knowledge, but also how to apply it in the service of humanity. You will add, I am sure, to the sum of knowledge in your field and enrich the education of generations that will come after you. That is the purpose of your education here, to learn, research, create, discover, and collaborate with faculty members and your fellow students. Regardless of how you found your way here to Yale, be it at the suggestion of a faculty member like me or the fulfillment of a lifelong ambition, I encourage you to continue your studies by ever seeking to be curious. Even when the time comes for you to teach, when you are ostensibly the most expert person in the room, I encourage you to do so with inquisitiveness, to listen to the questions from your students, and to have them elicit more questions from you. This approach of embracing an open exchange of ideas and viewpoints as an educator has awakened minds, driven innovations, and transformed lives. One of the great joys of teaching in my field of art history, for example, is that even though I may have spent hours with a painting, it is often when someone comes to it afresh, with a new perspective, that I gain an expanded understanding. While yes, much of the time you are spending here is meant to deepen your specialized knowledge, I encourage you to connect with people who are in fields and disciplines other than your own, for you to get interested in their work and for them to get interested in yours, because it is sometimes an outsider's perspective that leads to the question or insight that unlocks a new discovery. The Cultivating Conversations program led by University Life is one such way you can do so. And I suggest you participate in their panels, education sessions, and gatherings after classes begin. For Yaleys, education is not merely what we know, but who we encounter. That is why the Graduate School's mission places distinctive emphasis on drawing upon the strengths of a collaborative, diverse, and inclusive community of scholars and researchers, a community that has become ever more excellent, and I hope ever more curious with your arrival. As Einstein observed, the most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands as the cradle of true art and true science. So too, I might add, of the graduate school you have chosen. As I return to Yale, and as you get introduced to it, today is a great moment for both of us. I look forward to learning where your curiosity, that great instrument of discovery, will lead you in the years ahead. Thank you, and welcome to Yale. Forgot my cues. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Lynn Cooley, who is in her third term as Dean of the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. Dean Cooley is the C.N.H. Long Professor of Genetics, Professor of Cell Biology, and of Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology, and Vice Provost for Postdoctoral Affairs. From 2001 to 2014, she directed Yale's combined program in biological and biomedical sciences. She earned her BA from Connecticut College and her PhD from the University of Texas at Austin for dissertation research on tRNA transcription and processing, conducted in the laboratory of Dieter Sohl at Yale. After postdoctoral training at the Carnegie Institute of Science, she joined the faculty of genetics department at the Yale School of Medicine. She has been recognized with a Pew Scholar Award from the Pew Charitable Trusts, and she is a member of the Connecticut Academy for Science and Engineering and a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. I ask you now to join me in welcoming her.
Thank you for that generous introduction. I'm here to welcome you all to Yale, but I want to start by welcoming President McInnis back to Yale. We're so thrilled that you're here. So, good morning, my distinguished colleagues joining me here today. And good morning to you, new master's degree, doctoral, and visiting students in the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. I'm delighted to welcome you as the newest members of our community. You were selected from over 19,000 applicants, the highest number of applicants we have ever had at Yale. You should be incredibly proud of all the hard work that brought you here today. You are here because our faculty recognized your intellectual curiosity and creativity, your academic drive and rigor, your passion for discovery, and your potential for leadership. You are here because we believe you can make valuable contributions to both Yale and the world, and because we know Yale can help you on your path to individual intellectual growth. We're delighted that you have chosen to join us. It can be overwhelming to start this new chapter in your life. You're here in a new city, it's raining, meeting lots of people, and figuring out how to navigate the first steps of graduate school. Trust that you belong here. Trust that bringing your whole self will make you a better scholar. Trust that you will contribute positively to the people around you based on your experiences and perspectives. Yale is fortunate to gather the best students from across the globe, which means you come from all walks of life, backgrounds, and identities. You represent 41 US states, in addition to Washington, DC, and Puerto Rico, 58 countries, and 362 undergraduate institutions. And you're joining a graduate school community of some 3,000 additional students and over 1,000 faculty members. Get to know as many of the people sitting around you as possible, not just those with whom you will end up interacting in your classes or labs or libraries. I encourage you to share your unique experiences and learn from theirs. Learn when to listen and when to speak up, to put yourself out there and start conversations with people you don't yet know. The education you receive here will take many forms, including everyday conversations with faculty, fellow students, and staff across the university. The network you create here will give you the support you need to survive and thrive in graduate school and beyond. If you truly want to get the most out of your Yale education, don't just fulfill the requirements of your program. Participate fully in all this place has to offer. So what's ahead? Today may feel like a culmination as much as it is a beginning. If you feel a little unsure about what's to come, this is normal. In fact, that feeling is the perfect starting point for what you've come here to do. As graduate students, you hold a very special place in the university landscape at the intersection of our research and teaching missions on the campus. You're not here simply to learn from faculty, but to learn with them. Your fresh insights and persistent curiosity are the catalysts to new ways of thinking, learning, and creating. Also, keep in mind that graduate education at Yale offers you the invaluable privilege of time. Time to think broadly and deeply about difficult and complex problems. Whether you're a visiting student a 1 or 2 year master's in a 1 or 2 year master's program, or the longer PhD program, this period of focused study allows you to delve into subjects with an intensity and dedication that is rarely possible in other contexts. It is an opportunity to explore, to question, and to expand the boundaries of what we know. By coming to Yale, you have access to exceptional faculty, state-of-the-art facilities, and immense collections. Extract from this institution all that you can. Embrace this time with curiosity and determination, knowing that it is a rare gift. You should also know that this journey is not without challenges. Your time in graduate school is very much, actually, about getting comfortable with uncertainty and dwelling at the edge of the unknown. You will come to find, if you haven't already, that the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. Each year, I like to offer incoming students a phrase from the Romantic poet John Keats to understand the need for patience and tolerance in the face of ambiguity. Keats has a name for this. It's called negative capability, or the capacity to thrive in the midst of uncertainty and doubt. It may sound like an unpleasant thing, but Keats and others after him understood negative capability as a positive prerequisite for discovery and creativity. One of our aims at the graduate school is to help you develop the negative capability you need to be comfortable when faced with uncertainty and mystery, to become the scholars and researchers you aspire to be, who can improve our understanding of the world. This won't be easy, but it really isn't meant to be. Some days things will not go as planned. I've learned that lesson over and over again. But the most exciting days in my lab are when an unexpected result leads to a new area of study. Trust that you will move forward even during the rough spots. If you start to think you're in it alone, remember that you are surrounded by mentors, faculty members, staff, and peers who will support you and offer you advice when you need it. It's a sea of umbrellas out there now. Look to those around you for inspiration and guidance and protection from the rain. You're about to embark on a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself. Be kind to yourself and to others. Ask for feedback. Ask questions. And foster curiosity, the curiosity that brought you here today. I hope that by the end of your time here, you better understand the value that graduate education offers to the world. If on the one hand, your journey at Yale is a privilege that provides you the time and resources to grow and to create new knowledge, it also bestows upon you a responsibility to share that knowledge with the world. In our age of limited attention spans and the desire for fast facts, you will need to prove to any skeptics you encounter that critical thinking and meticulous research matter and can produce legitimate answers to challenging questions. Our purpose is to use this education to think methodologically, develop cogent and persuasive arguments, and importantly, communicate your findings to society. Communication is the key in all of this. During graduate school, you will learn to speak in sometimes very extremely technical terms to colleagues in your field. This type of jargon is actually important here, as it allows you, those who understand the terminology of a particular field, to communicate quickly and efficiently with precise language. However, you need to always keep in mind and remember to understand the people you are talking to communicate effectively more broadly. And I'm going to demonstrate that. I ask all of you who are able to just please stand up for a moment. Everyone, stand up. I hope your seats don't get wet. Now, as President McInnis mentioned earlier, I'm a professor of genetics, cell biology, and molecular, cellular, and developmental biology. My lab studies dynamic mRNA recoding by ribosomal stop codon read-through using the Drosophila model system, in which hundreds of genes produce extended proteins in specific tissues, especially the brain. Okay, sit down if you understood that. And don't be shy if you didn't. But go ahead and sit down if you understood that. And I'm going to try again and try to reach more of you. Okay, here's another way of putting it. My lab does research with fruit flies to better understand how ribosomes interpret start and stop signals encoded in mRNA so that proteins of the correct size are made. Okay, sit down if you got that. There's a couple people still standing. Okay, now what if I said, my lab studies how the cells in your body make proteins to help you grow and stay healthy. I'm going to guess everybody got that. Okay, that's just to say the true test of expertise in each field is not only your ability to communicate with those who understand what you're doing, but rather to explain to those who have no idea what you're doing and why it's important. For me, an early challenge was explaining my graduate school research to my parents. I'm not sure they ever got it. You and those around you will be studying across some 70 departments and programs in the sciences, engineering, social sciences, and humanities. Cultivate cross-disciplinary friendships and learn from your fellow students. Share with them your passion, whether it be in proteins or poetry, ecosystems or solar systems. Practice communicating your ideas to your faculty and mentors, but also to your friends and family. This will be one of the most valuable skills you can hone here while at Yale. As we close, I want to acknowledge that I've given you two somewhat contradictory mandates for your time in graduate school. On the one hand, you will need to embrace complexity and uncertainty in an effort to discover new knowledge that can improve our society for generations to come. This work can seem dense and complicated, mainly because it is. And yet, on the other hand, you will need to figure out how to effectively communicate what you find through that process to those around you, particularly to those who feel that your efforts may be too cerebral or intellectual or purely unnecessary. This is the difficult assignment we are all here to take on. Know that we are in this together, and I have full faith that by arriving here today, you are up for the challenge. We are eager to witness and celebrate all that you will accomplish and see you share your knowledge with the world. Okay, now, if being able to communicate to multiple audiences is important, you might also consider the many forms that communication may take. Sure, there are lectures and discussions, but every once in a while, you may be so overcome with passion that there's only one option: to sing. So to show you what that might look like, I'm pleased to welcome the Graduate School's own a cappella group, the Citations, to perform for you.
Way down in New Haven town lives Mr. Yale, old Eli Yale. No one ever dares to come around just because of his pet bow wow. Woof! Poor old Harvard tries it once a year, always goes back, tied up in black. For when old Yale sings that old bulldog on, he raises an awful row. You hear that? Bulldog, bulldog, bow, wow, wow, wow. Buggy fry, yeah, doo-doo. Bulldog, bulldog, bow, wow, wow, wow. Our team line. You know that that is the sign we have to do. No! Bulldog, bulldog, bow, wow, wow, wow. Barney-lie, Yale. Woof!
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out despite all the rain and weather. We are the Yale Citations, as you heard from the introduction. We are Yale's oldest, most distinguished, best dressed, most prestigious, most talented, best cited, and only graduate professional student a cappella group here on campus. You just heard from one of Yale's most best-known fight songs. It was written by a Yale alum himself, Cole Porter. Next, you'll hear from two pop songs, one from the early 2010s, you're gonna all recognize it, I'm sure, and another one from the Shrek movie, so hopefully you'll recognize that one. Yes, we hope you enjoy.
Never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In the torn up town, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, gray goose tripping in the bathroom, stains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dream, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair. We'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood. The kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, baby, I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. My friends and I, we've cracked the code. We count our dollars on the train to the party, and everyone who knows us knows that we're fine with this. We didn't come from money, but every song's like gold teeth, gray goose tripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dream, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royal. It don't run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby, I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. We're bigger than we ever dreamed, and I'm in love with being queen. Life's a game without a care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby, I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy.
Thank you very much for being an amazing audience. If you did enjoy listening to that, our doors are wide open for you to foster cross-disciplinary friendships in community buildings. So please check us out at the activity fair on Wednesday, and look for us on social media for audition details next week and the week after. Thank you very much.
So she said, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Well, maybe I'm in love. Think about it every time I think about it. Can't stop thinking about it. How much longer will it take to cure this? Just to cure it, cause I can't ignore it. If it's love, makes me want to turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing about love. Oh, come on, turn a little faster. Come on, and the world will follow after. Come on, cause everybody's after love. So I said I'm a snowball running down into the spring that's coming. All this love melting under blue skies, belting out sunlight, shimmering love. Well, baby, I surrender to the strawberry ice cream. Never ever under all this love. Well, I didn't need to do it, but there's no escaping your love. Oh, these lines of lightning mean we're never alone, never alone. No, come on, move a little closer. Come on, I wanna hear you whisper. Come on, just settle down inside her love. We're accidentally in love, accidentally in love, accidentally in love, accidentally in love, accidentally. I'm in love, 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 accidentally. I'm in love, 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 accidentally. Come on, move a little tighter. Come on, and the world's a little brighter. Come on, just settle down inside your love. I'm in love.
Aren't they fantastic? Graduate students, today is the start of an exciting journey for you. Seize the opportunities to grow, to challenge yourself, and be sure to celebrate not only your own successes, but those of your colleagues and friends. Yale will have an impact on you, but you will also have an impact on this campus, and after you graduate, on all the sectors of society. We welcome you to this community, and we look forward to all that's in store for you. It now gives me great pleasure to welcome Yale University Chaplain Maytal Saltiel to conclude today's ceremony with a benediction. I ask you please rise during the benediction and then remain standing until the platform party recesses. Thank you.
From all corners of the world we've gathered today, a resplendent tapestry of experience and wisdom, ready to embrace a new year together, to build community and engage in self-discovery. Loving and Holy Spirit, called on by many names, hold us gently and with care. May we be open to the light other members of this community bring to our lives. Be present to one another's truths, even when they make us uncomfortable. May we allow ourselves to experience awe and surprise in wonder of your creation. Remind us to be humble before the vast knowledge of the universe, wisdom that is known, not yet known, and unknowable. In the labs and the library carols, the late nights and earlier mornings, remind us why we are here, and ground us in our thirst for comprehension and understanding. Remind us that failure leads to innovation and creativity. Remind us to play, even in the rain, and search for deep, abiding joy. May we be a blessing. May we move with a heart towards justice, with a mind of curiosity, with arms open with compassion, with a soul of grace. We come here today as the fruition of our ancestors' wildest dreams. May we live into being good ancestors ourselves. We have inherited knowledge and traditions. May these inform us as we work together towards building a better future for all. As we embark on this journey today, may we grow from strength to strength with empathy, curiosity, and love, as we say, Amen.